What's up, Neil?
Hey, Kyle, how are you?
I am doing fabulous. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Appreciate it.
So here we are, Season 3, Episode 8.
We did it again again and again.
Fucking A, we're like Britney Spears. We just keep doing it over and over. Mm-hmm. And this is the very last episode that we're going to be doing in the studio, so it's a little bittersweet.
Yeah, bittersweet, sad.
Yep, but you know what? Fuck it. That's what they make beer for.
Yes.
And thank you to Sheboygan for bringing this buzz to us today. And we actually have Patrick Simmons with us.
Hello.
So, Mista Grinch.
What's up, everybody? Doing? Pretty good. How's it going, fellas?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We've been talking about getting you on for quite a while now. And, you know, it's always funny because we like to talk about how we even come across our guests here sometimes. And we've never met. We've never, I think, talked other than social media, Facebook and Instagram and all that shit. And, but here you are.
Yes, sir.
And
live in the flesh.
So, the one thing I do know about you, you are creating quite the buzz in the rap game, especially in the Pontiac area.
Thank you.
So, Mista Grinch, what are you all about?
About my music, man. I mean, about my city. I've been doing music for a long time. I took a hiatus for a while. I took about a 10-year hiatus and didn't do no music. Recently got back into it past couple years, and it's got a spark. So I'm staying on that spark right now and keeping my foot on that neck and just going.
Absolutely. And yes, you know, that's exactly kind of like the two dudes, right? Because same thing. I mean, no music background whatsoever.
Right.
You know, I'll start with that. But
yeah.
Just love music. Love going to shows and all that stuff. Like you said, life gets in the way. You kind of get out of the game for a while, and then you get back in and you get that, it sparks you.
Yes, it did.
It creates that passion that you kind of haven't had in a while.
I did have it. I was doing a lot of shows, going out of town, doing a lot of stuff, and battle rapping started. So a lot of my group members shifted from making music to battling.
Right.
So I went into that for a while, and then that kind of died down a little bit, but then, you know, like you said, life happened. So I was doing with life, and then a couple years ago, I was dealing with a death in the family. So me coping, I was listening to beats and music at work, and I started writing again. And then one day I was sitting with my brother, we're freestyling and listening to a beat. He rapped a verse to it, and I was like, man, that sounds good at that beat. You know, we're going to do an album. Let's call it Blues Brothers.
Nice.
So we started working on Blues Brothers last year. That's still coming out, but then in the process of doing that, I met the Cypher Society, and that really just took off, and that's a big thing right now.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and of course, can you, let us know what the Cypher Society is and how it developed?
So we ended up connecting through Cedric LaDuff.
Yes.
So 2 years ago, we started Two Dudes. Somehow, me and him just connected early on. Great guy.
Yeah,
good
people.
It's good to have like someone like-minded, like industry, supportive, and everything like that. And that's what we had right away. And then I'll never forget, I created that Two Dudes and Live Tunes like group on Facebook, and then you showed up, and then you've been like one of the biggest.
Yes, sir.
Putting your stuff out there, which I love.
Yeah. Love watching.
Thank you.
I mean, the whole point of that group.
Appreciate you.
The whole point of that group is, you go to shows, you put your videos, you talk about shows coming, you talk about new music, local music. And the thing is, I hope it gets big enough that you'll see like something like the Cypher Society out of Boston and out of over here and all of that.
We have done it.
What is the Cypher Society?
That's
what we've been trying to get our mind around.
And I think the audience will love it. I mean,
shout out to Logan Muncie. Logan Muncie is the one who put it together. He had an idea, and he had something that he saw in his future, and he made it happen. So a couple of his friends got together, and they first started doing little ciphers here and there, got a little bit of momentum. At first, it was just them. And then as it got a little bit bigger, they started getting people in, and then some guest people. And then as it got more bigger, they capped it off to be just main people. But it is different artists from all over the state. Some come from Ohio, but mostly all over the state, and just gives people a platform to express their music, to express themselves, to sharpen their abilities. We do a cipher every 2 weeks. So I constantly writing, constantly working, critiquing my pen.
Right.
We pick a beat. We used to just pick it. Now we vote on it because it grew into a family pretty much.
Right.
We're all a family right now, and that's one thing that hip hop is missing. You know, a lot of people don't have loyalty to one group, and it's a brotherhood that pushes everybody.
Right.
You know, no one's backstabbing, no one's having hate. We're all in it for the love, and we push each other like it's our own stuff.
We're trying to be
Even
better
if you're
than the
even
next
if you're
guy.
dissing people, it
Even
still
if-
is
see-
out of like, well, because to me it's like, okay, you do it and then you do it back, but it should be more of like that brotherhood type,
Yes.
like the locker room, you know, where you're
Yes.
having fun with it. It's like, where did we lose our way to where it's just like this?
It was
Bad thing, you
Yes,
know what I mean?
it was. It started as poking fun, and then it got to a point that it did get a little serious. But as a group, we did sit down and discuss that we won't be using the platform as that no more because that wasn't what the platform was made
Right,
for.
right.
I mean, but also that Muncie did give that platform to be able to speak our mind and show our ability. So
Sure.
it's
Absolutely.
a win-win thing, pretty much.
No, absolutely. And you know what? To me, I look at it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know, it's just you're having fun with it.
Yes.
You know, if we can't sit and kind of laugh at ourselves and that, then you know, I think we're doing it wrong a little bit too.
Yes, because
And I think that's missing from it too.
Oh.
Like I remember '80s hip hop and stuff where, like, a lot of it was just fun.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
A lot of it was freestyle, and
Uh-huh.
then wasn't the writing. It was a lot of people just having fun.
Right.
It's turned into something more big now, but people got to forget it used to be about fun.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
about beefing or hating on one another. It's about
Filling
showing your
arenas.
skills. Yeah, and filling arenas, getting money, having shows. You'll be able to throw local shows and have multiple artists there.
And that's
instead
what I
of just
love
having-
about your videos because they're like locally shot. You're just kind of around the city, just hanging out. Like
Yeah.
you could be the people hanging out playing basketball. You could be the people. You
Yeah.
know, you're just the group hanging out.
But yeah, I love my city.
Spitting
I
it.
always support my city. I support my city 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So how'd you get into all of this? How'd you get in the game?
With the music,
Just in general, yeah.
music, I always been into music. I love hip hop. When I was like 14, 15, in school, my brother, he started rapping and he was getting very popular in the area that we lived at. He was really good at rapping. His name's Snowman.
Okay,
Okay.
Snowman. And can I maybe, you don't have to tell your age or timeline, or was that like 90s, or
So it was
like when you said 15 years old, like what?
probably
year?
the 90s. It was probably like
90s,
97,
early
98.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I graduated
Thank you.
in 2000, so I started rapping my junior year.
Okay.
So that's about that.
Okay.
Because my first rap was wrote on my junior schedule.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I started going, and then me and him would just sit up and rap, practice different beats, doing all that, and then we came up with the concept. We should make a group, all white boys, just us, and call it Ghost Click.
Okay.
So we did that, and then we ran with that, and then we did that for years. Like the touring and the music picked up, and I was doing a lot of shows. I opened up for Fat Joe,
No
Young
shit.
Lay, Stretch Money, E40, Busy Bone, and who else? There was so many more in there. When I was younger, I was doing a lot of shows, like 3 times a week. We were doing open mics, and then I was going out of town, coming back in. But then that's what I said. It got to a really peak, and then I can't remember what happened, and then everything died down, and then battle rapping started. So no one was focusing on music.
So is
Right.
that kind of like your 10-year hiatus or whatever?
Yes,
Like,
a 10-year hiatus. I stopped making music. I had kids. I was doing all that. Just life happened, and then
Right.
I lost my grandmother 2 years ago. So while I was at work grieving for her, I had a friend send me beats. My personal friend that makes the beats for us, and I started writing songs. So I had
Wow.
about 4 or 5 songs wrote. And then when me and my brother started doing it, I already had shit to put
Right.
together. So that it started going from there. And then unfortunately, 2 months after that, my brother committed suicide.
Oh, no shit.
Yes,
Sorry to hear that.
thank you.
That's
And
a
that,
rough fucking time, bro.
yeah, and that really devastated me. And I
So-
was
I'm sorry, but so was it just you and your brother? Were you the only two siblings?
No,
But I do know-
it's my first cousin, but
Okay.
all me and my siblings, like my first
Gotcha.
cousins, all grew up very
Was a bro-
close.
yeah.
Well, 'cause-
And that was my brother.
Right, here's your brother. And my brother, I couldn't even imagine losing
Yeah.
that.
I
Especially
still-
you sound like you guys are super close.
Yeah, I
and
still
working on
don't
stuff
believe it. It's
together.
still, it's
Wow.
you
Sorry
know,
to hear that.
But that really messed with me, but that gave me motivation.
Mm-hmm.
That gave me, I'm like, no, now I have to really do this for them. I have to get somewhere. Because I've had times in my life where, like, my heart stopped and I've died, literally. And this has happened twice. And my cousin was there the second time and told me the devil tried to take you. You're here for a bigger purpose. And my girl even told me that the other day. She feels I'm here for a higher purpose, and I feel it's my music. So I feel I have to.
Love it.
Right now is the time that I have to do it. If it's getting the attention now, I can't stop. I have to keep going.
I feel you. I feel on that 100%.
Yes.
I think so. And then whatever it is, pardon me, excuse me, but I think we're all here for a reason, but take whatever it is that you have is given to you and then keep going, yeah?
I appreciate it. Yes.
100%.
Have to.
And that's the thing, like you found your passion again, and it might be because of something that was
Yes.
horrible.
Yes.
That helped you get back on that path,
Yes.
and then it makes you want to succeed even more.
Even more.
And then once you start getting that just taste of some,
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing is, it doesn't, unless you just are one of like a billion. It never comes overnight.
Yes.
And it
never-
comes down.
it doesn't.
It comes down to consistency. Great content,
Yes.
whether it's me as a podcaster or whatever, or you as a rapper. You got to have the content. You have to have
you do.
stuff in the first place, but you have to keep doing it, and you have to keep getting it out there. And you know what? You're gonna get kicked in the nuts a lot.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
fuck it. Who
But then
cares?
when that
and
happens,
the thing is, now that we're like older, you don't care about getting
Oh,
kicked in the
hell,
nuts anymore.
no.
Like,
You
what
know
else
I'm
you
saying?
got?
So I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna do my thing.
Uh-huh.
I even dealt with that the past couple of weeks with all that. Hey, I decided to. I'm not going to feed into any of that. I'm not going to give it my mind or even give my energy. I'll just do it with progression.
Right.
I'll just do it with my music. I'll just keep working and just showing you as I progress more in this what I'm doing.
That's the beauty of being older. You just get to say, you know what, fuck you.
No,
You're
I'm
on my
not worried
life, and
about
I'm just
it.
going to keep doing what
Doesn't
I'm doing.
mean that I
focus on
won't
it,
stand my own. I will still
Sure.
stand my ground, but I'm not feeding into it no more.
No.
It's not giving nobody that energy. It takes too much from you.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. That's what I've always said. Like, how do you have the time and energy to devote to other shit when you have so much more you have to offer? And when you do, and you realize it,
Yeah. And it's taking me
it allows
away
you to
from that.
focus.
Yes.
It's awesome.
And the side shit takes your focus away from your
Exactly.
main goal.
And that's all it is.
And that's exactly
It's
what I
fucking
had to
noise.
stop it. I had to focus and say, no, you're trying to knock me off my pivot right now. I don't need that. I need to focus on what's going on. To grab
Absolutely.
on to what the music's doing right now and focus on that and push that. I have to.
So you talked about doing some pretty big shows, like as an opener or whatever. What are some of the shows you remember? Like, because for me, it's like once I saw a live show, it's like I love music. I want to do whatever. Like for you, obviously you got into it all. But what was it? Did you see any shows early on or ones?
Oh
that were
yeah,
like,
I mean
my
my first concert, and believe this or not, I still got my ticket stub at the house, was Michael Jackson
love it.
at Silverdome. Yep, I seen him at the Silverdome.
Was that with the Jackson 5 or
Yes.
whatever it was?
Yep. That. Who did I see?
You know what? You're
earlier?
like the fourth guest we've had that was their first concert.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
hilarious.
it's a Pontiac thing. I live by Silverdome, so
right.
there was that. I seen Hulk Hogan fight Andre the Giant there.
Absolutely. It was like that was the biggest event ever indoors.
What was
for
that,
the longest time.
86?
86 or
Yeah,
87.
86 or 87
Yeah.
it was. Yep, big. It was not because Silverdome hold a lot of people. I'm trying to think
So what
of-
was that Jackson concert like?
I was so young, I vaguely
You had to be
remember,
pretty
but
young
I
for
mean,
that.
I was a very big Michael Jackson fan growing up. I mean, I still am.
Yep.
But I was very big into
I
him
mean,
when I
you
was
can't
growing
argue.
up.
One of the
Love
most
Michael.
amazing
Oh,
talents
he's
you've ever
amazing.
seen.
The best. He's one of the best,
Uh-huh.
if not the best. I'd say.
Like, with looking back at some of his live performances and realizing there's none of the tricks or even they didn't even have like the ear things and all that shit. So he was literally just singing away,
singing that choreographer, everything on the stage, all the dancers. I remember watching one of his shows where he put the damn jetpack on, flew off stage and flew up out of the arena. Like only Michael Jackson. You know, that's what people don't do that no more. Nope. Well, I'll take it back because I like when I seen the Up in Smoke tour. Their Snoop Dogg and Dre's stage setup was pretty sweet. So that was pretty awesome.
Where was that at?
That was at the Palace.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
You know what? The Palace was actually a very good place to see concerts.
Yes, it was.
And the thing I know, like the artists loved, is it was bigger than most like hockey and basketball arenas.
Yeah.
It was like 20 to 25,000 versus like the 16 to 20. And that's where I saw my first show was Aerosmith and Joan Jett. And then so many shows after.
I've seen a lot of
actually, that was a great venue for like the size.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
They knocked that bitch down.
Yes.
I know.
Yes,
I know. That was
stupid.
I loved that they took the Pistons back downtown. I like if you're Detroit.
That's fine, but they could have had
Detroit.
But
it seems like they could have done something with it.
They could have just.
They could have done something.
I wish they'd have left my Lions where they were at.
I hear you. I hear you.
It's a Pontiac team.
I know, and I hear you. I get it. But I do love that everything's right in Detroit, there now.
Yeah, my cousin recently just moved down there, right by the Fillmore.
Oh, really?
And they actually went out for opening game and met Dave and Chuck.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, yep.
Damn,
so he's having a good time down there. He loves it, you know. So it's a beautiful city.
Well, you know what? Going through a divorce, I mean, it's crossed my mind. I mean, I'm down there all the goddamn time anyway. I mean, Fillmore and St. Andrews are like my second homes now.
I love them places. He was in Pontiac for like 15 years, and he just wanted change.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm going to, move to Detroit. Got him a nice little loft apartment.
Well,
loving it.
That's funny because I was talking to a friend that we went to college with because we went to University of Detroit.
Okay.
And, after like 30 years, they came back and like, wow, Detroit looks really nice. I'm like, Detroit kicks ass.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have everything. And the thing is like now, I mean, for me, I kind of feel comfortable anywhere. You just got to be aware, right? I mean, don't be an idiot.
It's getting better.
Right.
It's getting
but
better.
all like that downtown,
better.
It's almost like all kind of connected good now, where you don't have to like go through real stuff shady, but it's the neighborhoods outside of that. That's always been the issue. It's always the part that never gets fixed.
We went to Greektown one night, and they literally had metal detectors at the end of the sidewalk. On both ends. Yeah, you had literally walk through cops, so they're keeping up on it. So they don't want none of that all that bad stuff happening.
That riffraff has happened.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Greektown for sure. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I love
100%. Yeah, I went down there. What's that? The bakery right there, right across from Greektown.
I know.
Babe, what's the name of it?
I know it's
Archimedes's.
Yeah, I know. We know the bakery.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then the one restaurant we would always go to is Pegasus.
Oh yeah, but
that's still down there.
I know the bakery you're speaking of.
That barbecue shop. There's a new barbecue shop on the corner too.
Yeah, I went down there a couple years ago. It'd been a while, but you know what? Detroit's awesome. I love
it is a beautiful city.
And then you have all the different venues and shit on the outskirts, like Ferndale and Royal Oak and all that. You like you said, you love like Fillmore. So I mean, you played those places?
No, I haven't.
You haven't.
I will if I want to. Yes,
I
will.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What kind of shows have you seen there that stand out?
Man, I've seen Yellow Wolf there like 4 times.
Wow.
I seen Wiz Khalifa there. I swore I seen Big Sean there too. Who was another one? I swore I seen a rock band there too.
Because Fillmore's like my favorite.
Oh yeah, I love the Fillmore.
I mean, back in the day when it was State Theater for the longest time, and the State Bar right underneath it or whatever. But it's the best. It's just the right size.
Yep.
The sound's great in there.
I love the seating.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've learned to love the seating.
I just don't like how it moves. Sometimes you can feel it move from the people bouncing around. And sitting up
there ain't nothing like St. Andrews. Remember that? It was like being on a trampoline half the time. But They did finally fix it.
Yes.
Because they had to.
Yeah, they had to.
I was at a show. I was at the Warren Treaty. I don't know. Are you familiar with them at all? It's actually it's a black couple out of Albion, Michigan.
Okay.
And started out gospel years ago, and all of a sudden, like, they're huge, and they made a song with is it Zach Bryan?
Yeah.
And like, we're up for a country music award. It was like the funnest show ever. Like, super high energy. Mm-hmm. Everyone there was just loving it. And at the end of the show, they actually went to the merch booth. So, like, for the hour after the show, they were just meeting people, but I'm hanging out, just talking or whatever. And they turned the lights on, and all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit! It looks like this beautiful, like, brand new hardwood floor, and they fixed everything, and they did a really good job with it. That is such a classic venue, and I'm so happy that they did the work to make sure it stays that way.
Yeah, to keep the history of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
it's been there for years.
So, what is it that I feel like we got a pretty good understanding what keeps you going doing the music that you do. What keeps you going, like, seeing other people and experience other live music,
I mean, it's just the whole experience. I mean, you love music. There's no doubt about it. You can't just make music without loving music. Mm-hmm. Certain songs, people, it's hard to explain. Like, sometimes I will listen to a song and be very emotionally connected to it, or having a bad day. And sometimes I like to just go sit in my car, ride around, listen to music. It'll make me feel better. It's a part of my life. It's in me, it's in my soul.
What you just described is why the Killer Tunes part of our show.
Yes.
It could be a song that just hits you, whatever, because that day and whatever you're feeling, you're like, holy shit, that's a killer tune.
Absolutely. I mean,
you go to a live show and it's a song you've heard 100 times, but that night you're like, wow, tonight, for whatever reason, it hits you.
Oh, it does. My girl gets mad at me all the time because I walk around singing. I'll sing around. I'll have different songs on my head because I like all genres.
Yeah.
So I'll listen
no genre off limits here.
Oh, no, I listen to anything. So I might be singing a Paula Abdul song or could walk over and it might be a Nirvana song. It's just whatever in my head, whatever pops in.
It's funny, I think it's a meme or when you come up to your place or wherever your destination is, and you're like, wait a second, I gotta wait till hear this song. This song needs to finish, and then I'll get out and do my shit.
Got to, because it's just that feeling the song gives you. You might be having a bad day, and like I said, that one song comes on, you get to dancing and singing, and you're like, all right, what was I mad about? I don't even know, but I'm ready for my day now.
What was I fucking all worried about?
What was I mad about? I don't even know now.
And that's what music's all about.
Yes.
And it has that effect on every single person, no matter where you're at, what type of music or anything. Which goes back to, like, what you were saying, like, that's why it should only be positive.
Yes.
Even if you are taking digs at each other, keep that positive light with it. Have fun with it or whatever. There's no reason to
there should be no cracks in your foundation.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Absolutely. I love that. None. So, you mentioned Michael Jackson and Snoop Dogg. What are some of the other shows that you've seen?
Oh, man, I've seen Korn, Creed. I've seen Kid Rock, Seven Dust. I've seen Stain before. Oh man,
you really are all over the place.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I used to go to DT every summer. I've seen Drake there.
Wait, where'd you go?
Pine Knob.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't familiar with what you were talking about.
Yeah, I say DT every now and I'm like, I used to always say Pine Knob, and then I've done the same thing. DT.
It's Pine Knob now. They turned it back, but yes, I used
actually, I believe Neil said the last time. He's like, "What are you talking about? It's DT to me." Yeah, I got everyone to think it was always the other way.
So what else I've seen? System of a Down, Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson's coming.
I just saw Manson last year.
I think Royal Oak Music.
It's either there or the Fillmore.
No, it is. It's the Fillmore.
My cousin's already bought tickets, and he's been on me to get tickets because that's where he moved to. So his house is right behind the Fillmore. So all he can do is just walk right around the corner. So he's been on me about buying tickets.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. The Fillmore, I mean, they get like the top shows.
Oh yeah,
There's very few like lower or medium.
I would love to do a show there. I would love to. He went and seen the the Deftones.
Oh,
night before last, he walked right across the Little Caesars Arena.
Just recently?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
2 nights
they
ago.
just-
Yeah, 2 nights ago.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say it had to been
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Tuesday or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Deftones. We've talked about the Deftones,
Yes.
and I
So
never
I-
really know how the Deftones.
I was
but they're
never a
fucking
fan.
awesome.
Never
Yeah,
listened
they're
to
good
them
band.
like when they started. I always heard. I knew people loved them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I knew, but I never really knew anything of them. But I went to Lollapalooza last
Mm-hmm.
year and they played. And I remember I was watching someone else, but I'm like, I got to get over there. And I was able to catch like the last 4 or 5
Mm-hmm.
songs by them, which it was so cool.
Yeah, I went.
You know, because again, not a huge fan, but to see them play, and then you saw like some
they're-
of those, you know, they're
Yes.
like the biggest ones,
They're
and the
fucking
crowd
good.
was going.
I'm trying to
fucking
think
nuts.
which one I went to. The Lollapalooza was. I went to the one that was in Chicago.
Yep. So it's been in this year was the 20th year that it's been in Chicago.
Okay.
And then before that, there was like a hiatus, but there was like the 5 to 7 years where it was a traveling.
I
tour.
seen at that one. I seen it was Bruno Mars, The Weeknd. Who else was there? Post Malone. There are so many artists there. I mean, because like
That's actually
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty.
Yeah.
Good.
yeah, it was because I got memories of it, but it was
Did
dope.
you go all 4 days?
Oh yeah, I went
That
out.
was,
Yeah,
You know, it's tough though, bro.
Oh, well,
I went last year, so I was like 49. So I'm like, holy shit, it's a.
Well, see,
you gotta be ready for it.
My parents they pay the top notch, so they got like the personal bathrooms, the VIP.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if I wanted to go pee, that air conditioned
Yeah.
bathrooms on. So it was actually pretty good. But then we also had a hotel
So,
downtown.
You know what I did learn? It's a little trick. So, Pierce the Veil was playing.
Okay.
And I wasn't really familiar, but they were really good. And I walked up the handicap ramp,
Okay.
and I was up like in the one section of it, and I could see perfect. And I was there for like 10 songs. And the guy comes and goes, "What's going on?" I'm like, you know. Well, then what I figured out is you can claim ADA,
Right.
but your ADA could be anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, you can be in these areas that have seats and like decks up above everyone and shit like that. And I'm like, next year maybe I could talk about the anxiety that I have and get in. And one person,
it's real. It's not. You're
No,
not
it's
joking.
it is real. But I was
Maybe
talking
not,
to
maybe not medically, but
well,
go
because
ahead.
I was walking, I'm like, I want to get up there, and I'm like, well, what if I have anxiety in these large groups? Really, he's like, that sounds like an issue, but you have to go talk to so and so over there. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that. But I'm just wondering.
Yeah, just walk over and say, "Hey, man, I got a problem. I need to stand over here."
But no, you're right, because like I don't even look at like for the VIP stuff, and especially because I'm going to Bourbon and Beyond this year in Louisville in September instead of Lollapalooza, and I don't even really know where I was going with that, but
The handicap or anything.
the VIP is like
very expensive.
well, not only that, but what I realized was you can't see everything.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you might want to see like 6 bands today, and you might not be able to because you have to walk a shit ton,
Yes.
and they might be playing
Different.
overlapping.
Yeah, man. It's
So
crazy.
it's like, you know what? You throw all that shit out the window and just go have a good time.
Yes.
Is what I finally figured out what it should
I
be.
like the food too. I go there. The food.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
it's
all that
all-
stuff. Yeah, it's all good. It's all
And
good.
when I went to Lollapalooza, it was amazing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the bathrooms, the water, the food, the whole setup, it was absolutely amazing. You never waited for anything.
No.
There was no grossness. It was really cool.
Nice and clean. Yeah.
And it was like 95 degrees all 4 days. And It
Okay.
was still like
Beautiful.
It was top notch. I will always say that. It was.
Yeah.
It was, and I love Chicago.
Yeah,
too,
me
so
too.
that was awesome.
Chicago's a good city. Yeah.
I fucking love that.
I used to
place.
go every year for my birthday to watch the Lions play, but then they kept whooping our ass every year, so I stopped going for a while.
I hear
It's
you.
like I don't want to see that no more.
I hear you. I just went in December and saw Smashing Pumpkins at the
Nice.
Aragon Ballroom, which
Nice.
is a hometown show at like that iconic place.
I love
Oh,
Smashing
my-
Pumpkins.
Do ya?
Sure, yes.
I
Yes, I
fucking
do.
love
Yep.
them. They've been
I'm
my
a-
favorite.
I'm a little worried though. The Lions, the Bears, are apparently going to be good this year.
Yeah, whatever. Because they got our coach.
Yeah.
And
And I'm like,
that
fuck
shit was all a setup. He didn't even want to play hard for our last game. At least
Yeah.
he could have done something positive and got
That's-
us in there instead of just being a hater.
And then he kind of like dog jerked off.
Yes,
Fuck
he
off,
did. Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I
get
seen him
outta
when he
here.
went in there. This is right where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Get
out of
the
here.
fuck
I don't want to hear none of that shit.
And is it John? What's his name? John? The whatever. Mike, Aaron, John, whatever his name, Aaron Glenn, but
Aaron
not
Glenn.
Aaron Glenn was the defensive coordinator, but Johnson. But he goes, yeah, I've never heard that guy talk.
No.
And then his fucking press conference, hey, hi, how's it going, guys? And I'm like, fuck, I'm glad I never heard him fucking talk. He's set up to fail.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
I hope we whoop
Bears
his
suck.
ass. We're gonna whoop him every time we
I
play
can't
him
wait.
this year.
So one thing we do always talk about is our Forever Five.
Okay.
So
Ben Johnson, sorry.
There you go. Yeah.
yes,
I knew it
Is,
was coming somewhere.
Deserted Island. You got 5 artist bands, their whole catalog. You know, who would you bring with you if you had to think about it? Who would?
I'll definitely say Nirvana. That'd be something I can listen to all day.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac's catalog for sure. Eminem's for sure. Drake, I could listen to him all day too. And then I would probably have to say, that's a tough one.
We can come back to it.
No,
I'm trying to think
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It took
but,
me 2 months to come up with mine.
Trying to think what artists is that I listen to the most, and that's what I'm trying
I'm
to
still
think
thinking
of.
of my Forever 5. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it can.
Well, I
vary.
remember, Neil, we put you on the spot the first time, and you spit
Yeah,
them
I
out pretty
said
quick,
M, right?
which is a great Forever 5, but then, I mean, it changes.
I
And
like,
you said, it depends on where you're at in life, too.
Royce
If you ask me
5'9" too.
2 weeks from now, it could be totally different.
I would say Royce. Oh no, I take that back. Benny the Butcher. Benny. Yeah, that's what I've been on. I've been on Griselda a lot. I like them.
Nice.
Who's Benny the Butcher?
Oh, you don't know Benny?
I've heard.
Oh, you better listen to Benny then.
We're going
Yeah,
to.
Griselda Records is out of Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
They've been big on their own. They're independently. They signed to Shady a couple years back.
Oh, okay.
So that's
no
when
shit.
they got a little bit bigger exposure. But it's Conway the Machine. You got West Side Gun. You have Benny the Butcher, and then you got Bodie James. And Bodie James is from here.
Okay.
You know, but he's pretty. They're all cold.
Huh.
But they're Conway the Machine got an album of the year last year.
No shit.
Yes.
That's
But like
awesome.
they're very independent. Like they make their own clothes. They wear their own clothes.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own different styles, but they're all monsters.
Well, and that's kind of like what you're doing with the Cypher Society.
I do have
I
a
love
feature
that. I
with
mean-
Conway coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
That's awesome.
I have I've been working on a feature album with shout out to White Boy Productions, Sydney the Goat in Australia. I'm working on a feature album with him, and so far I've done Royce 5'9". April 11th, I'm dropping a song with The Game called Night Night. I still have to do the Conway song. I have a Ice Cube and Scarface song. And I got word yesterday if that one might actually go on the new Friday soundtrack if that goes good.
No shit.
Yeah, Crooked Eye. Man, there's a couple. Hussein Fatal from Outlaws.
You said The Game earlier. The Game, the rapper, The Game?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
shit.
Yep, it's with me, my brother On Point, and my brother Forever Foy from Cypher Society.
On
Wow.
point. Yeah, in
That's
one of your
awesome.
videos.
Yep.
All I'm going to say is, dude, stick with it.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
I
know
am.
Like
I
you
am.
said, you're kind of getting back to it, or have over the last couple of years. You're fucking killing it. So
It's
just
really
keep
good.
sticking
All,
with it.
all
Appreciate
those
the love.
videos are. Every rapper is. I'm like,
I love watching.
And that's
I'm like
one
going
thing.
like this. I'm like, this
That's
is
one thing
fucking good.
I love about
So
Cypher
good.
Society. They always bring their A game. Every single one never
It's too good,
disappoints,
man.
Right.
and they're good. And that's what's good about it because we're all from different areas and we're all mashing to good.
Yeah.
good, so good, together, so good. You
It's
know.
fucking rad.
Well, no, and that's the perfect point. You're from different areas, but you're all coming together and you're all doing the same thing. You have the same goals, want to do whatever, and all that shows that it doesn't matter where you come from. You
Yep.
can all do, work
And then
together.
you know
and make shit
recently,
happen.
that everybody's been reaching out, making music with each other. So it did first start with the ciphers. Now everybody's collaborating,
then you're
making
collaborating
music. So
everything else.
and it got fire music coming out.
And that's, I mean, you
Absolutely.
think about it, that just means that really awesome singers, rappers, bands, whatever, are doing shit together, which should really only make it even better.
No,
right?
absolutely.
And you're honing your skills and everything else.
Well, shout out to Victorino. You know, he in the ciphers, but he also plays the guitar. He can also sing a little bit. You know, universal.
That's what blew my mind, and it was actually the LL Cool J Unplugged, like the first time seeing rap with a live band.
Yes.
And then seeing that, and then that's kind of mind blowing to
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? And it's
They
pretty cool.
They just started
It's pretty
doing
cool.
a cipher. I think it's where is it? It's in Hamtramck. I know that at Trixie's.
Okay.
But they do a live band with it. They're doing a live band.
Oh,
with
no
it. So
shit.
they just started that I think a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
So
That's
that might
cool.
be something to go do and
Yeah.
check it out. You
Yeah,
know, just
absolutely.
to see. I could probably do it with a live band. I mean, have I ever performed?
Well,
with a live
and
band?
plus, when I see you say that Nirvana is like in your Forever Five, I mean,
Oh.
obviously, like your musical spectrum's maybe a little bit wider.
Oh,
than some.
very
So
wider. Yeah.
You behind with a live band or whatever, you know, it's kind of
Be easy,
Right,
You know, because
right.
all you, I mean, once you have your rhythm and find your rhythm, you know, you can make music out of anything.
Right.
And on top of that, if you are an artist, you should be able to make music out of anything.
Isn't that? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
100%, right?
We're no musical people, you know, like, but
We
we
know
love the
nothing.
sound of it, you know. But how do you fucking do that? You know, it's so
Right.
rad that even writing a song, it's like, how do you even do? And then
It's you have to. I mean, it was really. I taught myself. I mean,
Fair
my boy
enough.
was doing it, and then all you have to do is you find that rhythm of the beat. Once you find that rhythm of the beat and you have that tempo, and it's all about just the energy.
yeah,
You know, because I've been trying to teach a couple of my boys. That I have a friend that can rap his ass off. Okay, like when it comes to acapella and rapping, cold as fuck. But as far as rapping on a beat, he can't do it. And he does. I try to teach him. He doesn't want to do it, but he's cold. It's just you have to. It's practice. You can do anything you set your mind to if you just practice. Because you keep doing it repetitiveness. Eventually, you're gonna catch on and be like, "All right, now I got it. Now, all right, I got the tempo. Let's put words together. Let's make a sentence. All right, let's make music." Depends. I write songs differently. Sometimes I might get a catchy chorus and do the chorus, or I might write some shit on the paper without even no beat,
Yeah,
and then put it to a beat later.
I don't
or-
even-
Almost
Yeah.
like writing poetry, and then you figure
Yeah.
that part out after. Or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
But what you were just describing, I remember hearing a whole thing about NWA and how like Eazy was like the worst rapper
Yep.
ever,
Yep.
and they had to like really work,
Really
with him
push
to
with
be
him.
able to get him to work and
To
get
get-
to where
Because
he
he
was.
had that voice, but
Right.
he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Right.
But like I said, you keep practicing, and look at that,
Yeah.
he became rich.
Absolutely,
fucking
One of the biggest rap groups, you know what I'm saying, in the game.
absolutely. We finally, I finally played his. I always call it his love song as we're at the tail end of, which is Fat Girl. Do you remember that song? With Rendezvous?
Yes, Eazy was cold. He had, like I said, he was ahead of his time.
And that was
Yeah,
the
too much.
NWA and the Posse cassette.
Yes.
Before
sucks.
they Straight Outta Compton, everything came out. Yeah.
Only imagine if he didn't pass, you know, how far he would have got in the
absolutely.
game, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he found Bone, like I said, he signed Bone right before he passed, so he'd have probably found a lot more
Yeah, I
talent.
mean, because I saw the documentary or something about Easy, and I mean that shit was like '94,
Yes.
or even early. I mean, it was like 30 years ago now.
Yes.
That's crazy how long ago.
Oh, hell yeah, imagine if, like I said, they were still in the game. They'd probably be shaped different. You know,
Yeah,
all the
absolutely.
old pioneers, if they were,
Yeah,
alive when
yeah.
we're in the live, like Pac, Biggie,
Tupac, yeah.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
everything
It
might
would
be
be-
different right
it
now.
could
Even
be
Big
different.
L. Big L was, rest in peace to Big L, but he was a phenomenal artist.
Who's Big L?
Big L is from New York, and he was gunned down in his front yard, but he was the coldest out of all of them in New York. Nobody was touching Big L before he passed. Yeah, like you can go listen to. He used to do a lot, like go in the radio stations down there and would just freestyle off the top of his head, and they would record it. And he's got one in there that he goes for like three minutes, but his metaphors and everything he says is so phenomenal. Just and this is on top of him being in the studio all day making music and being tired, he still has the ability just to go.
That's right. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, very. It's you have to be very talented.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you yourself, like that's such talent.
Yes, appreciate you. Thank you.
No, we appreciate you, man. It's fucking.
It's
awesome.
Yeah. It's the talent and it's like the drive.
Drive,
right?
yeah.
Like you said,
Keep
because you
going,
gotta go through and just keep doing that shit over
Never
and
give
over
up.
until you get it. And then once you finally get it, though, it's like that's gotta feel so fucking.
Oh, it does. Like, even this time around, like when I started doing the music, just the feeling was different. Like I felt like this is it. This is that moment right now. Right now is the don't let it go. You got it. Keep doing it right now.
So I have a question for you
sir.
because it's how I've been looking at kind of my stuff right now. Like, do you think that if you stuck with it throughout, like for me, like in my life, like with the gap and everything, I think that worked in my favor. Because if I would have started doing this anytime before when I absolutely started it, I don't think it would have made it. But the fact that I kind of had that rest and I had to figure my shit out and then started it, I feel like I have a much better chance of success. And no matter what, I'm having more fun than I probably would have if I started even 5 years ago.
I feel that the reasons that it fell off then was disagreements within the group. So that was an inner house, problem. So, but I felt if that did not happen because I was such on a high hiatus then doing so many shows, it probably would have got picked up and got somewhere. But as of right now, I feel I'm more mature and more older in a better mind state now to where if once I get in there, I'll be able to manage my money and actually be able to do everything the right way and be able to establish a foundation and do all that within the music.
Right.
Instead of going there as a young kid being stupid, just all over the place.
Sure.
You know what else? For me too is
it's kind of a hard question to answer, but just
no,
go
it
ahead,
is. No, but for me too, the other aspect that I didn't maybe even realize about all this is like helping other people.
Yes.
Like talking to other people and putting your music out there, doing whatever, and just all that. Like that, I didn't expect all that part of this. You know what I mean? And that's been one of the best parts of it.
Yes, it is because you're giving people
all
opportunity.
The different, like people doing their own different things and just seeing their passion, and it's like you feel it, so then like it keeps you going.
Oh, it does keep me going.
You know, like because there's some fucking times I'm like, fuck, I could just pack this shit up and never do it again. But then you're like, no, I'm gonna keep going. And it's it's been people like Cedric and people like you. I see this stuff and all these other people doing it. I'm like, well, fuck, I can, if they're doing it, I can keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't give up. Never
and then
give
you
up.
get over that hump. And once you get over that hump, then it's
because you
feel that you're gaining momentum and like you're feeling good, and then it's
and right there it could be that moment that you give up at that point and you miss your opportunity. Right there, right when
you're 99% of the way there, and
that's
you're
how
like, fuck it, I'm done.
That's how I even did the ciphers in the beginning. I'm like, I'm not missing one. Because I feel like if I miss one, that's the one that's going to be the one, you know. So I have to be there no matter what. So support them no matter what, but just to be there 100%. Because like they're supporting us just as much. So and then supporting them is just beautiful feeling because everybody is doing the same energy and everybody's got the same love for one another.
And everyone's there for the same reasons.
Yes, to rap. Right. And no one's coming, and they're not like it's half-assed and no one's coming in there to play games. Everybody's serious, you know.
And I wanted, I saw a video that you put on. I don't know if you put it on Two Dudes in Live Tunes or whatever, but the first rapper, I think he had an old Seattle Supersonics video, or excuse me, jersey. Basketball jersey. Kind of black dude, gray beard. That was the first rapper, and then you rapped on it too. It was like 5 minutes. Do you remember which one that was? I
know who you're talking about.
And it had like
Forever
the piano.
Floyd.
It was, I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing.
We were trying to find it forever. Wait,
it doesn't matter if you don't know it, what number it was, but
I'm gonna have to look at it and I'll figure it out for you guys.
Fair enough.
I know.
Putting you on the spot. I don't know shit about
the jersey. I know Forever Foy was wearing the jersey, so I know which Cypher you're talking about.
The one rapper did say, I forget his name. It could have been when he said On Point earlier. It could have been, but he's 40 years. I'm 40 and I'm still fucking. Like I don't fucking give a shit. Like.
Oh yeah, what did that? That was a. I'm never going. I won't retire, or I'm getting older, but I won't retire.
Yeah,
that was like two. That was 2 ciphers ago.
That one was fucking awesome.
Yeah, there was that. It might have been the one at the school.
They're all awesome, but
it might be the one that was at the Pontiac school.
Fair enough,
when they told us we couldn't come there.
And then did you show them the video and said, "This is fucking sweet"?
Oh hell yeah, they showed them the video. I even sat there and shot 2 music videos. Actually, 3 music videos.
Yeah.
So you said like
it was rad.
So the ciphers are every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yep.
And then you guys vote on a beat.
Yep.
You got the beat, and then everyone puts their own lyrics to it.
Yep.
And
Everybody writes, and we just show up. Before it used
that's
to.
Awesome.
Before it was dope because we all would show up at the studio and record right there in front of everybody. So the energy, the vibe, everybody feeding off each other was awesome. But our studio moved, so it's kind of harder to do that. But we still kind of miss that. But now some people might send their verses in. I go to the studio still. And shout out to Dark Web Studios. That's the studio of the Cypher Society. I record there.
Okay.
And yeah. But I like getting together. But we meet every 2 weeks. We pick a place. We vote on the beat. We've been working with a lot of major producers out of Detroit. Like we have a hell of a energy beat on one of the ciphers. A lot of Danny G beats on the ciphers. We used a couple of my in-house producers, and we also have a couple members of the society that make beats as well.
Right.
But you can submit it. So say if I made a beat, I could submit it to the cipher, and if we can vote on it, and we can use it. Yeah.
So here's another quick question. Do other cities across America do the same thing you guys are doing? Or?
Different states do it. Like we've branched out and just recently we went to Tennessee and did one. If you guys see that, we've been reaching out trying to get other ciphers from around the world to collab, meet up, or do whatever they want. No one has responded.
Everyone does their own kind of thing. And then you could do like a meetup in a regional or national.
And that's what they did down in Tennessee. There was a couple artists down there where that wanted to be a part of it. So like 4 or 5 artists. We all could have went, but whoever could afford at the time drove down, did their little verse, and came back up. And then actually we did a cipher the next day for actually Cypher Society.
Nice.
So they did two in 1 weekend.
I actually really like that.
Yes.
Like if you could get that to grow, because then you could get all those different like regional styles, and then you bring them together. That could be super awesome.
Well, we've been trying, like I said, different places, different. We are keeping it up. It's a big movement right now. Shout out to Cypher Society. I love y'all.
So, do you got any shows coming up? Either one, you performing, or are you going to just as a fan?
I'm trying to go to the Marilyn Manson one with my cousin. There's a couple that are coming. It's pretty good. I've seen them.
And I know. And then at the Fillmore, I mean, that's got to be pretty sweet.
Yes, it's gonna be a good venue.
And he's not that old, where it's like,
oh no,
it's like this is that old age. My
cousin recently saw him, and he said that he saw him and said that he's sober now. Right. So he lost all his weight, and he's actually singing good, healthy. Yeah, so he was doing a good performance. Right. So that'd be a good show. Good to hear. He's good live too. You know?
Yeah.
I don't have any shows coming up. Yeah. I did a couple of them a couple months back, like the gnarly one. And I was supposed to do one, I think, yesterday. But I totally forgot about that one. That was the Pontiac Don't Back Down, or the shout out to Major Motion Boys.
So me and Neil are supposed to be on Cedric's Monday morning show.
Okay.
We're going to do Memorial Day. He's doing an episode on Memorial Day Monday morning. So, yeah, me and Neil are supposed to be on it.
I'll tune into it, yeah.
Can't wait. I'm so goddamn excited.
Hell yeah. That's
it. You know what? Because we have a podcast, right? We have guests on. We love having people on. No one ever asked us to be on shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
So he was like, do you want to be on? I'm like, fuck yeah, that's going to be awesome. I mean,
you guys are more than welcome.
I've been listening to their show like every Monday now for like
you guys are more than welcome to come to any Cypher. You guys
absolutely. I'd love to hear about.
I would love to. You can just chill. Tomorrow's at Eastern Market. I don't know It's every
Tomorrow
2
won't
weeks,
work.
so,
I'm going to hang out
so
with the
just remember
grandkids.
every 2
I'm a
weeks.
grandpa.
Every 2 weeks,
I'm a
so,
grandpa here. Come
2
on.
weeks from now.
The next one is the Friday before Easter. That's the next
Okay,
one.
that's
Because no, not doing it on
The
Easter
18th.
Sunday.
Yep.
So we're doing it that Friday.
Okay, cool.
And we ain't even got the beat yet picked.
Where is that at?
That we don't know yet.
Okay.
And that's on the 18th.
Let Cal
Yes.
know I'm obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You guys are.
You know what?
There's
That
one, there's
is
one
the-
tomorrow.
I would love to.
and then the one from 2 weeks ago drops tomorrow at 5.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've been
Nice.
doing that Cypher Sundays. We've been dropping the Cypher on the same day we were recording them. So it's been work. That's one thing I like about it. It's like making me
It's like real
sharpen my
time,
sword.
pretty
Oh
much.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
every
yes.
constantly
It's
writing.
not
and-
live, but it's about as close as you
Oh,
can be.
absolutely. We can go do live shows too. Like I said, shout out to all them.
I'm
Dan
sure you
doing shows. Like they do shows all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, one, I couldn't thank you enough for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
Like I said, I know we've been talking about it for a while, and I have to go out with a little bit of my favorite from back in the day, a little Eric B. So no, I do appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you guys having me. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrick.
Love your guys' platform.
And
man.
just keep continuing to fucking grind and,
Thank you,
and keep
thank
it going.
you. You guys too.
Hey, you know what? All we
Soon
do
it might
is,
be doing this in an actual radio station.
you know, we love music, and that's all we do, and we love having people like you on to just spread the word.
Yeah, I will. Of
You know,
course.
and because a lot of it's tough to hear about new music now.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know,
Especially-
it seemed like it was easier back in the day.
yes, because there's a lot more talent. There was a lot
There's a
more
lot, not only that,
music, good music.
right? And you actually had to go and find it.
Yes.
And then you had to share it with your friends
Yes.
and all that shit. Now
Go
it's
buy
just like
CDs.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what's the most famous song on Spotify?
Yeah.
But it's like
No.
it's one song, dude. What about that dude that fucking pumped out 12 awesome songs on that one CD? You'll never experience.
Never
that.
hear it again.
No, ever.
Like when my first car, I didn't even have a CD player, so my brother would actually record it to Maxwell cassette tape.
Yes.
Right?
I have
Absolutely.
all the albums on
Uh-huh.
the cassette tape, and I would still have it in the car.
I'm so goddamn old. I had some of the same like albums on the album, the cassette, and the fucking CD.
Yep.
That's
because
good.
it-
That shit's gonna be worth something.
No, I know, but it's like fuck.
No, that's. I mean, that's.
And
'cause
now
you've
it's like you don't need any of it,
been- no.
and they're all like,
No, I still keep it. Though.
oh yeah,
I have to.
100%.
Have
You gotta
to.
keep that shit.
Have to, because it's a part of history.
I
part of
agree.
history.
But dude, thanks for being here.
Oh,
I
no
couldn't have-
problem. Yeah,
Thanks, Patrick.
100%. Can't wait to see what else you have coming up.
Yeah, I'll let you
And,
know when I got a show, and if you guys didn't want to
Fuck
come
yeah,
out to
man.
a
Absolutely.
Cypher, you
We
guys
will
are more than
spread the
welcome to
word.
show up.
100%. And we'll be there for sure. And everyone else, make sure you check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn for those business people out there. And we'll catch you next time.
For those business